Hey everyone, let's make a beat with the Pulsar 23 that is impossible to dance to. Pulsar 23 is a drum machine, sounds like this. You've got your clock up here at the top, and we're going to use that to build a pattern. The technique I'm going to show you would work too if you use the pattern recorder because it's based on the internal clock. You know what, let's just work with the hi-hat and the snare for now. Let's take this output, and we've got these little gate to envelope converters over here, which are super handy. And we'll run an envelope to, let's go with the snare drum. Okay, I'm gonna turn the tempo up to start. And the effects down. All right, so we got our snare. And now, let's say we grab the 4 for the hi-hat. We'll do the same thing here, convert that gate to an envelope. Look at me using color-coded cables. I never do that, but you're here, so I'll try to impress you. All right, cool. So yeah, some might call this a drum pattern. Let's destroy it. You can see the clock going right here. One of the fun things about the Pulsar is that we can actually influence the speed of the clock. Let me just finger patch this here. Turn the amount up. Yeah, that's not working, is it? So let's patch it for real. This is the Chaos module, and it's basically just a random. Aha! Strangely enough, the patch cable is working better than my fingers. But yeah, so you can hear how the clock is like irregular now, right? Okay, so what I like to do next is actually turn the tempo way down. And then turn this amount up a little bit. Cool, yeah, now we have a pattern that's really kind of weird and a little bit off-putting. I like it. Let's get a kit going. I'm out of gate to envelope converters. Actually, I'm going to use this bass thing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Enough. Turn the volume down a little bit on that. And should we have a kick? Yeah, let's have a kick. It's a drum machine, for crying out loud. Oh, that switch I just hit influences the number of steps in the Chaos module here. Okay, so if we stopped here, what we could do is play this patch in a couple of different ways. And one is to play this amount knob. Because remember, the tempo is really low, almost off, like stopped. The other thing we can do is play this frequency knob of the Chaos module. We could also play both of them. This technique is not exclusive to the Pulsar. Essentially all we're doing is influencing the clock, right? So if you have like an IntelliGel noise tools or anything that does a random burst, send that into the clock of a sequencer and you can get something very similar. Now let's up the fun factor by doing another one of my favorite Pulsar things, which is creating some feedback loops with its built-in effects units. So what I'm going to do first is pick one of these sounds. Let's do the snare drum. We're going to send it out and into the reverb. Now let's do the delay input, okay? Let's get another green one. And the delay output, we're going to send into this attenuator. And then we'll take the output of that signal and send it back into the exterior input of the snare drum. So now we should get a nice little feedback loop. And now when we play with the delay time, we can do fun stuff. We can turn it off with this attenuator. Turn it back on. Yeah, that's good fun. So much fun that we should modulate the time. Oh, by the way, one of the cool things about the Pulsar is that we can bring CV from our Eurorack in here. And I've got a Kermit Mark III sending some modulation, some wavetable LFO. Let's take one of those and assign it to the time of the delay. Actually, it would be wise to send that through an attenuator first. So we've got some control. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. How fun. Turn the volume of that bass module down. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's get ambitious and send the kick into the reverb input. Ooh. And the output into an attenuator. And then that goes back into the exterior input. So we've created a nice little feedback loop there as well. And it can get crazy. The other thing I'll often do with the Pulsar is send it into a filter, a bandpass filter, so that if things get out of hand, you know, you've got a big knob to grab and wrangle it with. Okay. All right, other fun things we can do. Anything really, but in the context of this patch, what I would like to do is send another one of these Kermit LFOs into bandpass filter of the snare drum. Yeah, that's cool. And then let's grab the last one and send it to, I don't know, the warp of this bass module. Yeah, okay, that'll work. The other thing we could try is taking an internal LFO here and running it into the modulation of the Chaos module, which is going to, okay, we're going to have to attenuate that first. It'll change the frequency at which that little sample and hold circuit is operating. Yeah. See how that light is kind of irregular now? What do you want to do with this square wave? Oh yeah, I forgot a really cool input, which is the clock mod of the delay section. Let's see if we can get away with grabbing a mult, so to speak, of this Kermit signal. There are 1,000 other ways you could go with this machine, and that's kind of the beauty of the Pulsar. But I will say goodbye for now. If you like this video, hit the like button, ding the bell, subscribe, do all that cool YouTube stuff. But most importantly, go make music. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.